Boost levels too high. Warning.
Movie packs. You see them in like the discount bins at like Walmart, Kmart, places like that. You know, they got the 4 packs, the 6 packs, the 8 packs, 12 packs, 15 packs, 20 packs, 25 packs, 50 packs, 100 packs, 20 packs, 6 stacks. But you get the idea. Basically, they bunched together a bunch of shitty movies that they couldn't sell on their own, on the hopes that people will see 6 movies for $1 and get them no matter how crappy they are. And that's how I came to pick up tonight's feature film. Movie called Dragonquest on a 6-pack fantasy action set. Now when I heard the title I thought, alright, Dragonquest, that's an awesome game, or Dragon Warrior depending on what country you're in. But no, unfortunately it has nothing to do with Dragonquest. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the movie begins with an ominous scene of a cloaked man in black at the top of a volcano. He removes some sort of gemmed necklace from a Captain Crunch treasure box and then squeezes it until blood or some kind of liquid comes out. Somehow or another, this goop revitalizes some sort of dragon, and it immediately takes off to go fight Gandalf the Grey. Look at that expression on his face. I think, man, maybe I should have put a leash on that thing or something. Just like takes off. Anyway, we cut away to a quaint little house in the middle of the woods. We find our main hero spying on the neighbor girl. Ah, young love, it touches me deeply. But wait. Then he rolls over and pulls out a pipe and starts puffing away. And you could argue that's tobacco, but do you hear that sound effect? Do you see those hallucinations and that smoke? That's some Mary Jane fairy dust that he's smoking there. So after a nice long drag, he goes back to looking at his girlfriend. Holy shit! Drugs and sexual references already? What the hell is this movie rated? PG-13 my ass, they're really pushing it already. And I've seen this movie before. It's not smart enough to entertain 13-year-olds. So Grandpa shows up, and yeah, that's his name, Grandpa, and confiscates his drugs and hauls him back home, where he has important business to discuss.
I have saved this for you.
What is it?
Yeah, some brass knuckles, son. We punch dragons in the face around here. Well, actually, it's a pendant, and it's dangerous and powerful. Just ask me how I know.
It's dangerous. And powerful.
Grandpa hands out some generic dark, foreboding talk, but they are interrupted by a knock at the door. Grandpa and the visitor get into a heated discussion about the boy not being ready and that he is the only hope, yada yada yada, generic storyline plot. But then the amulet begins to glow as an explosion rocks the nearby village. We see the fire dragon leaving the scene of a crime as the entire village is left burning. Grandpa leaves the other two behind as he goes to see if his AARP card will cover the arson damages to the town. Or maybe it was because he saw the giant ball of fire flying towards his house because the fire dragon suddenly attacks and we get a full good shot at the monster. I gotta say, that dragon's pretty badass, but it looks more like the Balrog or some sort of phoenix, you know, with the rebirth and Lalab and everything. It doesn't matter, at least it looks decent. But just before this movie becomes a prequel to How to Train Your Dragon, Grandpa returns and shoots a Hadouken right up the dragon's fart sniffer. So Grandpa apparently dies.
Grandpa, get up!
Go!
Geez, I wonder how the fight would have went if the dragon had actually attacked him. I mean, geez, the Emperor at least got a full-on shot on Darth Vader before he croaked over. So Grandpa's last words are to tell the hero to finish what he couldn't. The quest being to go around and collect all the stones of virtue which are scattered across the world, apparently. But if someone collects all of them, they'll have enough power to defeat the evil lord, so it's worth it. So it says badass lightning shooting G-Pow over there couldn't finish the quest. It must be pretty difficult, right? A lot of really hard trials and errors and, you know, quests of mythic proportions. Yeah, let's just watch. So he rushes out to go on his adventure, and the first thing he does is go for his freaking pipe. Seriously, I got no hope for this guy already. So somehow by collecting these stones, he'll be able to save the world. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But luckily for us, there's at least one character that's at least a little logical.
But sire, certainly we cannot put all of our trust in a boy.
We have no other choice. The future of our world depends on a boy.
But surely, sire, there is...
My men will be ready to ride by morning.
Jeez, it's like the Adam Sandler looking dude is like a mute or something. Like the king doesn't want to hear anything. He's like, but sire, we have this huge army we could fight off the hordes with. And the king's like, nah, 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 I can't hear you, nah, 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 nah. But sire, this makes no freaking sense. And the king's all like, talk to the hand. So we catch up with the dark robed figure and, oh my god, it's freaking Shao Kahn. Yeah, it's totally Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. Oh god. Now that's another movie we'll get to sometime. That movie's just bad. But it's freaking Shao Kahn. This is freaking awesome. Or Buffalo Bob from Joe Dirt. Look at that creepy glare. He didn't even know he was on camera right there. He's not even acting. That's just him listening to what the lunch special is today. I wonder if he's got his wiener tucked in behind his legs like in Joe Dirt. So some big battle between the two armies happens, and it's pretty cool, though I feel like some guys are wearing Steel Knight style helmets and other guys are wearing like World War II D-Day helmets, but all in all, I'm not complaining. The Fire Dragon returns to confront the king and...
Join me.
Oh my god, Shao Kahn is tucking through the freaking Flame Dragon, dude. That's boss.
Why give up your kingdom? Why force your men to such a fate?
Okay, I can't pass this chance up. This is awesome. Every time that dragon appears from now on, I'm gonna put a voice clip from one of Brian Thompson's other movies in there. I mean, it's Shao Kahn talking through a flame dragon. This is gonna be great.
Will not break my mind.
You have no idea what kind of hell I can bring you!
Yeah, that's not what he says. That one's from Joe Dirt.
For the Keeper. For mankind.
At first I thought he was gonna charge the dragon with that dagger, right? But then he tries to like take himself out by doing like that diabetic insulin belly injection thing with the little dagger. He does it, but then Shao Dragon just burned his ass to a crisp. Man, with all that like burned skin and everything, he's gonna need some kind of like ointment or something. I mean, hey Shao Kahn, what do you do when you got a burn?
Puts the lotion on its skin. Does what it's told!
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself here. Man, rough day. Shao Kahn talking dragon, kill your king. Better light one up. Yeah, light one up, forget your troubles. But unfortunately for the rock star here, other people want his angel dust as these two goons try to rob him. He beats one of the nuts and, I don't know, his partner just kind of stands there like stupefied. Luckily he's rescued by a mysterious stranger. It's not going too good for her, is it? I like how he's just like standing there back there watching. This guy's a mouth-breathing, finger-sniffing fagbird. I swear to God he is.
Oh, go home.
Oh, that's a great way to meet someone, huh? I'd say she's got some issues. Don't help me fight, boom, in the flesh balloon.
I don't have a home.
Aw, you don't have a home? I'll stop whatever the hell I'm doing and devote my life to your cause, cause rah!
Gotcha.
The Keeper.
Did I see that scene right? Just look at the way that guy delivers that line.
The Keeper.
Yeah, he's a keeper, I guess. I mean, he's more of a peeper if you ask me. Where the hell does this dude even come from? He just jumps out of nowhere. But don't worry, because this is the guy we've been looking for, Maxim the Knight. And he hit him in the back of the head to bring him to his camp. And didn't we just learn enough on the last fucking review not to hit people in the back of the head with logs? Did we learn nothing? Is there a school in like California where they teach this as a plot device cliche at like a 400 level class or something? Like, oh yeah, we need something that'll jolt the audience. Have someone hit someone on the back of the head with a log. Even though they're going to be joining up and...
You have seen will be total. The entire world will be engulfed.
What the hell is with this freaking dude? I mean, every line he gives is just ridiculous. He's like a cross between Popeye and Ernest P. Worrell and Yoda. I mean, it's like they all had a threesome and this was the result. He kind of looks familiar though. Who the hell is that guy? Oh my god. Well, that makes sense. It's the Beastmaster. Another movie on this set. The freaking Beastmaster. Why is he acting like this? It's ridiculous. I'm not even joking, just watch. So basically, the dude's grandpa had set out to find these stones to combat some other ancient stone, but he failed, so instead of trying again, he just said, screw it, I'm gonna make the little bastard do it, and was supposed to prepare him to take this quest. But seeming he's off smoking dope and peeping on nude neighbors all the time, I don't think he was up to the task.
How can the stones of virtue defeat a dragon?
Yeah, you didn't have an answer for that, did you? Yeah. Look at that shitty expression. Even he knows there's no answer. So the first thing he does when he wakes up in the morning is he goes to light one up. Ah, what? Whack! Yeah, now Spike hitting somebody in the back of the head with a log, that was stupid, but here, I'm starting to like it. I mean, you can't brain damage this guy. He's already smoked up all of his brain cells. There's nothing to damage there. You know, maybe he's the guy that wrote Spike, you know? He wrote it about the dangers of hitting people in the back of the head with a stick. So instead of quoting someone like Hulk Hogan and saying, you know, don't smoke, it's a joke, he goes more along the lines of like Master Tatsu from Ninja Turtles.
Fool! Never turn your back on an enemy.
Never lower your eyes to an enemy.
I mean, is there a reason for that? I can't take this guy freaking seriously.
Did you never learn to fight a blind man?
Okay, nobody can take this guy seriously. What is he doing?
You will learn the power of restraint.
Is he like talking to himself like his acting needs restraint? Or no, screw that. This guy needs to be in restraint. He's a freaking lunatic. I love him. So we finally get the first stone of virtue, and up until now the movie is forgivable. I mean, it's pretty entertaining altogether. There's nothing been really bad, but this is where it starts to go downhill pretty quick.
How hard could it be?
What, you can't warn the guy there's a freaking moat monster in the water? That face, though. The monster spits him up, swallows him, spits him up, back out, then swallows him again, spits him out. And I think this whole thing was just an excuse to give the Beastmaster a reason to make crazy expressions. So now he's in the monster's stomach, so what does he do? Does he pull out a sword and fight his way out? Does he use some sort of magic spell or come up with some ingenious plan? No. He lights one up. I don't get it. Is this like an anti-drug movie in disguise? So after being spit out and eaten a dozen times, he finally throws away his weed in his pipe and manages to find the stone in the monster's stomach. That's right, say no to drugs, kids, so you can find rocks and lizards.
You must control your urges.
See, I can't tell if these are his actual lines or if he's talking to himself. They come to the house of this, witch, covered in moss, looking like a Kmart worker with them long nails and shit. I don't know, apparently she turns into a hot blonde at night or something, because that's where we get our second stone from, as he resists to have sex with the naked girl. I mean, obviously he's just a voyeur lady. Or, I don't know, it could be the fact that he knows he's on a quest for virtue stones, so, you know, maybe he's not gonna fall for some very easily simplified trap like that. Although this guy's not that bright, so... Third stone happens after he gets kidnapped and he escapes, and the dude who he helps get out of jail just happens to have a stone. He finds the next one in a random cave with a giant spider. Doesn't kill the spider, he just like stands still and the spider walks past him and he just finds one just laying on the ground on a helmet. Okay. Another stone he gets for giving a refugee his pot of gold. So basically a bunch of contrived, uneventful, unfulfilling, and tedious events just happen to fall into place, and boom, we're at the final fight. Good beats evil, yada yada yada. You've heard the story before, and the film finally ends. So how do I rate this one? Is it bad? Yeah, but it's not that bad. It's not Boss either. It falls right into the category of being a B movie. I'm still not really sure what audience it was for. scenery is okay and the costumes are alright, although the main hero's shirt changes randomly during like the same scene occasionally. The acting, well, apart from the Beastmaster, none of the acting is worth mentioning. The characters themselves are rather cliched and contrived. The Grandpa's name is literally Grandpa, and that's what everyone in the world calls him, as if he's the only Grandpa. The request about obtaining these stones of virtue, he really doesn't do all that much. He stops doing drugs, stops being a sexual predator, gives away a bunch of money. That sounds like the case plan for a rehab center. The rest of the gems he just happens to find lying on the ground, or he just happens to run into the other 3 people on this entire planet that just happen to have them lying around. So it's kind of a letdown in that aspect that there's no drive into obtaining each stone. There's really no challenge in most of them. They happen so fast that you can't really remember how he obtains half of them, and then when he finally does, you can't remember exactly why getting all of them turns him into a dragon-riding super wizard that can defeat the King of Evil. So as far as that part of the movie goes, it's a pretty big letdown. All in all though, for the budget and for what it is, people that love the genre will be at least amused through one playthrough. It's one of those crappy movies you see playing on the Sci-Fi Channel these days that isn't what you would call a blockbuster, but maybe something you have on when you're not really interested in engaging in a full-length film, or when you're smoking your pipe. Well, that's it for today, so what do we got lined up for next time?
Smoking in the new world,